Hello, this is Dr. Mark Taylor, National Director of USA 180 in Atlanta, Georgia. And this is a message to Congressman Barr, who is running on the Libertarian ticket for President of the United States. And after reading Mr. Barr's record, he seems to be very, very conservative, as it doesn't really disclose much else. But being that it is a conservative record, I would like to make him aware of a situation, and we have tried to contact his office several times, and I know he is busy traveling and campaigning. But I want to make him aware of a situation with Scott Loper. Scott Loper is a former New Jersey police officer. He moved to Canada in 2000. He was falsely arrested, charged with no crime, tortured for the first several months, and held for a total of 4 years. During the same time, his 3-year-old son went missing. When the higher authorities in Canada began to investigate, and this is after Mr. Loper being incarcerated illegally, no charges, no crime committed, that they became fearful that he would be discovered, as the investigation was on the Durham Police Department and a criminal activity going there. And the reason that Mr. Loper ended up illegally incarcerated was that he had spotted this activity himself, and he had the goods on them, and they found out. So they threw him in the back of the police car after beating him profusely, and he stayed incarcerated for 4 years. Blatant violation of Article 36 of the Vienna Convention. He was never given an opportunity to speak with an American embassy or consulate. Now, once the higher authorities in Canada began to investigate further into this, in fear of Loper being found out, having the first 2 years served in an old prison in the dungeon levels, which has now been torn down, and I think it was called Whitby, he was kept, he was tortured, he was fed food that had human feces in it. He was kept in cages that you would keep an animal in, with cockroaches constantly crawling, to the point, as he's described to me, that after a while they become your friends, and every now and then they would drag him out and hook a hose to a hot water radiator and scald him down until his skin blistered from the heat. But after a period of time of being in such filth, you grow anxious to have that, even though the severe pain, only to be thrown back into it. And then he was moved after 2 years to another location. And being an ex-police officer as he is, they're not supposed to be intermingled with general population, especially in the high max prison that they put him in, and even went as far as to post a sign above his cell, ex-police officer. Now, when the higher investigation started, they took Mr. Loper and dumped him on the American border, hands and feet still shackled. Mr. Loper went eventually to Congressman Hoyer and to the State Department. After an investigation, the State Department, Congressman Hoyer, decided not to act upon the issue. Canada completely denied that Loper even lived in the country, much less being incarcerated. Only by the grace of God that Scott Loper escaped alive, and he managed to smuggle and get a piece of paper out that proved that he was there. And once presented with that, their reply was, "Oh, that's Scott Loper." Then they presented to the State Department a document. It wasn't even a forged document. The document had no signature at all on it, claiming that Mr. Loper had waived his rights. And the documents are readily available. The State Department has them. Scott Shields, his attorney, has them. We have them. And you certainly can get access to them if you call us at 404-287-0414, or you can go to scottloperstory.com, and his attorney can be contacted through there. But nevertheless, there's nothing been done in this situation. It's a blatant violation, as I have stated, of Article 36 of the Vienna Convention. And his son will be 11 years old. This took place in the year of 2000. And that has been the reason for our contact, or constant contact, with your office trying to reach you. Because we know that there is somebody that has the courage and the moral fiber to stand up for this blatant violation of an American citizen's right. You can learn all you want to about it by contacting us, or, as I said, going to Scott Loper's site at scottloperstory.com. All of the documents are there. All of the State Department documents, all of the communication back and forth through the various congressmen, Congressman Hoyer. I might add that Congressman Wolf has taken up issue and shown an interest in this case, and we applaud Congressman Wolf for this, finally. But I believe that Congressman Wolf is going to need all the support he can get and encouragement in this issue. But we do thank you, Congressman Wolf. And being the conservative that you are, Mr. Barr, and I know you're a native Georgian as I am, I know this is something that you would take great interest in, as you have proven to be a great humanitarian in your voting record. And unfortunately, you have been made to be known unpopular because of your conservative views. So I would love to have the opportunity to speak with you. And again, I will post my telephone number, as I always do, in the video. This is something you need to be aware of, as I believe you're the type of man with the moral fiber that would take issue and ensure justice. This is Mark Taylor, and good luck in the presidential race.